Hello, children. I welcome you all to this English class. Today's session we are going to learn from grammar. The title is Simple, Compound, and Complex Sentences. Sentences can be divided into three parts. They are simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. In the sentences, we have few important things. They are main class, that is called as independent class or MC, and the second thing is subordinate class, that will be called as dependent class or SC, and then connectors or conjunction, which will be called as linking words, and then praise, the terms without verb. So, these things will be there in a sentence. So, in the simple sentence, we'll have main class or praise plus main class. And in the compound sentence, we'll have main class plus connector plus main class. And in the complex sentence, we'll have subordinate class plus main class. Let's see one by one detailedly with example. The first one is simple sentence. Simple sentence is a sentence which consists of only one main class with a single subject and a predicate, or it is a sentence consists of only one main class with a praise. Look at the first example. Raja reads a novel. Here, the subject is Raja and the predicate is read a novel. The predicate is a part of a sentence or class containing a verb and stating something about the subject. It is to be noted that the predicate part of the sentence begins with a verb. It is the finite verb as it shows the tense. Look at the second example. Seeing an elephant, the boy ran away. It is a sentence consists of only one main class with a praise. You know already what is a praise, right? So, praise is a sequence of two or more words without a finite verb. Here, seeing an elephant is a praise and the boy ran away is the main class. So, the main class gives a complete meaning. The boy ran away, and the praise does not make a complete sense by itself. So, seeing an elephant is a praise. So, when it stands alone, it never gives a complete meaning. So, it need a main class to give a complete meaning. Got it? Yes. The second one is compound sentence. A compound sentence contains two or more main classes joined together with a coordinator or conjunction such as for, and, or but. Main class is a class that contains the following three things. They are a subject, an action verb, and a complete thought. So, coordinator conjunctions are seven. They are for, and, nor, but, or, it, so. So, coordinating conjunctions are easy to remember if you think of a words fan boys. Therefore, a compound sentence is formed when two main classes joined by one of these connectors. Note that Before such coordinator, we have to put a comma. Look at the example. He is a millionaire, yet he is very humble. Here, he is a millionaire is a main class and yet is a conjunction or connector word, and again he is very humble is a main class. And the next one is complex sentence. When a main class and subordinate class are joined, then a complex sentence is formed. So, a complex sentence usually contains a main class and at least one subordinate class linked by a subordinating conjunction. A main class can make a complete sense, but a subordinate class cannot stand alone even though it has a subject and a verb. Look at the example. Thieves left the place as soon as they saw the police. Here, thieves left the place is a main class. As soon as they saw the police is a subordinate class. We should remember that when the subordinate class comes first, a comma should be used to separate the two classes. Example, as soon as the thieves saw the police, comma, they left the place. But when the main class comes first, a comma should not be used to separate for two classes. Thieves left the place as soon as they saw the police. So, a complex sentence contains a main class and at least one subordinate class linked by a subordinating conjunction. Let's see some of the most common subordinating conjunctions and compound subordinates. Subordinating conjunctions are after, although, though, has, because, before, even though, since, if, unless, until, when, whenever, whereas, wherever, while. Compound subordinates are in that, so that, in order that, so for as soon as, etc. Let's see the transformation of sentences with examples. Type 1. In the simple sentence, we'll have being, owing to, because of. When it goes to compound, we should use so and so. And in the complex sentence, we'll have has or since. Look at the example. He was sick, he was absent. So when we change this sentence into simple, then we should use being sick, he was absent. When it goes to compound sentence, then he was sick and so he was absent. When it goes to complex sentence, we should use like this. As he was sick, he was absent. Type 2. In the simple sentence, we will have in spite of or despite. When we change the sentence into compound, then we should use but, yet, still to connect the compound sentences. And when we change the sentence into complex sentence, then we should use though, although, or even though to frame a complex sentence. Look at the example. He was wealthy, he was a miser. So, when we change this sentence into simple, then we should use in spite of or despite is wealthy, he was a miser. When we change this sentence into compound, then we should change it as he was wealthy but he was a miser. So, when it goes to complex sentence, then we should use it as though, although, or even though he was wealthy, he was a miser. Got it? Yes. The next one is type 3. In the simple sentence, we will have on plus verb plus ing or present participle, and in the compound sentence, we will have and at once or and immediately, and in the complex sentence, we will have as soon as or no sooner or when. Look at the example. She heard the bad news. She fainted. When we change this sentence into simple, then we should use like this. On hearing the bad news, she fainted. When it goes to compound sentence, then we should change it as this. She heard the bad news and immediately she fainted. So, when it goes to complex sentence, then it will be changed as this. When she heard the bad news, she fainted. The next one is type 4. In the simple sentence, we will have having, and in the compound, we will have and then, and in the complex sentence, we will have after the subordinating conjunction. Look at the example. He completed the work. He went home. So, when it goes to simple sentence, then it will become as having completed the work, he went home. When it goes to compound sentence, then he completed the work and then he went home. So, when it goes to complex sentence, it will be changed as after he had completed the work, he went home. Got it? Yes. The next one is type 5. It is the easiest one of all. In the simple sentence, we will have two. So, when it goes to compound, instead of to, we should use very and so and cannot in a sentence. When it goes to complex, then we should use so, that plus cannot in a sentence. Look at the example. The beggar is very old. He cannot run. So, when we change this sentence into simple, then we should use has. The beggar is too old to run. When it goes to compound, then we should write has. The beggar is very old and so he cannot run. When we changed this sentence into complex, then we should use has. The beggar is so old that he cannot run. Got it? Yes. And the last one is type 6. In the simple sentence, we will have in the event of. When it goes to compound, then we should use must or should plus then only. When it goes to complex, then we should use if. Look at the example. You eat well, you will grow strong. When we change this sentence as a simple one, then we should use in the event of you are eating well, you will grow strong. When it goes to compound, then we should use has. You must eat well, then only you will grow strong. When it goes to complex, then we should use as. If you eat well, you will grow strong. Look at the next set. In the simple sentence, we will have in case of plus not, in the compound or else or otherwise, and in the complex, we will have unless. Look at the example. You should meet the principal. You will be sent out. So, when we change or combine these sentences into simple, then we should use has. In the case of you are not meeting the principal, you will be sent out. When we change this sentence into compound, then we should use as you meet the principal or else or otherwise you will be sent out. When we change this sentence into complex, then we should use it as unless you meet the principal, you will be sent out. Got it? Yes. This is the important note that we should remember. Changing pronouns in type 5. In compound and complex, we will have high, but when it goes to simple, it will be changed as for me. Same like we will be changed as for us, you will be changed as for you, he will be changed as for him, she will be changed as for her, it will be changed as for it, they will be changed as for them. Then, changing pronouns in type 6. I will be changed as my, we will be changed as our, you will be changed as your, he will be changed as his, she will be changed as her, they will be changed as their. Got it? Yes. Let's see more examples of transformation of sentences. The first one is change the following sentences into simple sentence. Look at the example. The rainbow was beautiful. It spanned across the sky. When it changed as simple, then the beautiful rainbow spanned across the sky. I saw the bear cub. It was suckling from its mother. When it changed as simple, then I saw the bear cub suckling from its mother. Look at the next example. The bride arrived late. There was a traffic jam. So when it changed as simple, then the bride arrived late due to a traffic jam. And look at the next example. The hunter walked through the tall grass. He walked cautiously. So when it changed as simple, the hunter walked cautiously through the tall grass. Look at the last example. He found a bag that was full of gold coins. So when it changed as simple, then it will be occurred as he found a bag of gold coins. Got it? Yes. The next one is change the following into a compound sentence. Look at the example. Unless you work hard, you will not pass. So, when we change this sentence into compound, then it will be occurred as you must work hard, otherwise you will not pass. Look at the next example. When the cat is away, the mice are at play. When we changed it into compound, then the cat is away and so the mice are at play. Look at the next example. The sum is too difficult for me to understand. So when we change this into compound, then we should write as the sum is so difficult that I cannot understand. Look at the next example. There has been an accident. Buses are being diverted. So when it changed as compound, then it will be occurred as there has been an accident and so buses are being diverted. And look at the last example. As my friend was not there, I had to come back disappointed. So when we change this into compound, then we should be right as my friend was not there and so I had to come back disappointed. Clear? Yes. And the last one is change the following into complex sentence. Look at the first example. He had two legs and he could walk. So when we change this sentence into complex, then we should write as he had two legs, he could walk. Look at the next example. The rain stopped. They started to play. So, they started to play when the rain stopped. Look at the next example. In spite of being old, he walks quickly. So, when we change this sentence into complex, then we should write as though he is old, he walks quickly. Look at the next example. The day broke, the birds came out of their nest. So when we change into complex, then we should write as when the day broke, the birds came out of their nest. And the last example, run 3 miles every day, you will lose 1.5 kilos a week. So when it goes to complex, then we should write it as if you run 3 miles every day, you will lose 1.5 kilos a week. Clear? Yes. Okay, children, up to this, the grammar part is over. Hope you understood. Please go through more examples in your textbook or guide and try to change the simple sentence into complex, complex into compound, and compound sentence into complex or simple so that you can understand very clearly. If you have any doubt, you can call me to clarify all your doubts. Thank you, children.